So welcome to Jumbo Eyes and welcome to our lecture series called Daily News in Shorts. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs in a very short span of time within 30 minutes. The idea is very simple. We want you to finish your current affairs on a daily basis in very short span of time so that you're left with your entire day covering other parts of UPSC syllabus. But just watching this lecture within 30 minutes would be job half done because you won't be doing justice to your current affairs. Why? Just after watching it, you need to revise it as well because revision helps in consolidating these current affairs in your memory. Otherwise, you'll quickly forget them. Now, you can revise these current affairs from our notes, and these notes are shared on our Telegram channel. Where can you find our Telegram channel? Well, just below this video in the comment section, you'll find a link. All you have to do is just click on that link. It'll take you to our Telegram channel, and from there, you can download these notes and do the necessary revision. All right. So now let's begin today's session. But first, let's take a look at the list of topics that we are going to cover today. So here's the list. So in total, we'll be covering 5 topics. Okay, these are those 5 topics. Number 1 is National Green Hydrogen Mission. There was some development with respect to this National Green Hydrogen Mission. So we'll talk about this mission. We'll talk about green hydrogen and how it can allow India to do that clean energy transition. India's dependence on fossil fuels would be reduced and dependence on clean energy would get increased. So we'll talk about this. Then recently IRCTC has received NAVRATNA status. Now generally all these public sector undertakings, government companies, especially CPSUs, central government companies, get this Maharatna, Mini Ratna and Navratna status. Now what is this status? What are the advantages of getting this status? All of that would be talked about in this. Okay. Then recently, Geological Survey of India has bagged an exploration project of critical minerals in Zambia. Okay. Now, India can basically explore critical minerals in Zambia, and critical minerals, as the name suggests, they are critical, and India wants to secure their supply. Therefore, India is looking outside India also to search for these critical minerals, and they have found a southern African country, Zambia, to be the apt spot where you can mine these critical minerals. So we'll talk about this. Then recently, dolphin survey was conducted, freshwater dolphins. We wanted to know how many freshwater dolphins are there in India under Project Dolphin. So what were the results of this dolphin survey? What is Project Dolphin? We'll talk about this. And in the end, we'll talk about some controversial news. Recently, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has basically leveled an allegation that central government, basically BJP government, is hand in glove with Election Commission and there is some electoral fraud going on. So she has leveled some serious allegations. So we'll talk about these allegations, and we'll also talk about a digital initiative by Election Commission called Electoral Roll Management System, which prevents these frauds. So we'll talk about this. Okay, so these are the 5 topics that we will focus attention on. Let's start discussing them one by one. Number 1, National Green Hydrogen Mission. You see, currently we produce energy from fossil fuels. So what we do is we burn these fossil fuels, petrol, diesel, coal, these are fossil fuels. And when we burn them, we get energy. But the problem is that while burning them, we produce energy. But along with that, we produce many other substances. These substances are greenhouse gases, which cause global warming. These substances are some toxic gases, which cause air pollution as well. Okay, and air pollution is a big problem in India. Therefore, the search is on to search for alternative fuels apart from fossil fuels so that we can fight climate change and prevent air pollution. In that search, we have found an alternative, and that alternative is hydrogen. Okay, now the good thing about hydrogen is that we can burn it and it produces energy. Okay, and it produces more energy than fossil fuels. Okay, so its energy intensity is very high. Plus, the other part is the only byproduct that is released after burning hydrogen is water vapor. That's it. No greenhouse gases, no air pollution, just water vapor. So this is a clean fuel. We should use more and more of hydrogen, right? Clear? Now for that, we have launched National Green Hydrogen Mission so that we can easily transition towards usage of hydrogen as a fuel source rather than fossil fuels. This would reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, would reduce our import bill because we import these fossil fuels, and would also fight climate change and air pollution in India. So it's a win-win situation. That's why Government of India is basically focusing hard through this mission to develop hydrogen as an alternative fuel source, especially for transportation, buses, trucks, cars. Okay. So as part of this mission, government has initiated 5 pilot projects for using hydrogen in buses and trucks. Now, these pilot projects are being undertaken by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Okay, and they have issued some guidelines about these 5 pilot projects that are being undertaken under National Green Hydrogen Mission. The total financial support for these selected projects is around 208 crore. These pilot projects are likely to be commissioned in the next 18 to 24 months. That means 1.5 to 2 years, paving the way to scale up such technologies in India. So these pilot projects, as the name suggests, these are pilot projects. So they will give you necessary information. You will learn from your mistakes, and after learning those learnings, you can implement green hydrogen or hydrogen on a large scale. So first you want to study the usage of hydrogen through these pilot projects. Clear? Now, about National Green Hydrogen Mission. Okay, so it was launched on 4th January 2023 with an outlay of 19,000 crores up to financial year 2029-30. Okay, it was a project of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. This mission will lead to significant decarbonization because we would be able to reduce emission of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, thereby fighting climate change. Right? So decarbonization, reduce dependence on fossil fuels, imports, and enable India to assume technology and market leadership in green hydrogen. Okay. Now, one of the objectives of the mission is to support the deployment of green hydrogen as fuel in buses and trucks, basically public transport. Okay. Now, there are various steps that are being undertaken under this National Green Hydrogen Mission. Well, first of all, under this mission, government has released some guidelines which basically calls for mandatory usage. So, green hydrogen, government basically says that some public transport companies will use hydrogen as a fuel, green hydrogen as a fuel, uh, like 20%. 20% consumption would be from green hydrogen, 80% can be fossil fuels. Okay, so government is giving mandatory usage, mandatory conventions, consumption requirements. Okay, then strategic interventions for green hydrogen transition, because through this site program, government will provide incentives for manufacturing electrolyzers. Electrolyzers are those instruments through which you produce green hydrogen. Then developing green hydrogen hubs, infrastructure development, framework of regulations and standards, R&D, skill development, public awareness, demand creation, all these things. Clear? Now the question is, we know hydrogen. What is hydrogen? We also know hydrogen as a good, clean fuel source. Yes, but what do we mean by green hydrogen? Okay, you need to understand that. You see, hydrogen is a clean fuel. But the problem is that sometimes while producing hydrogen, you emit greenhouse gases. So the most cost effective way of producing hydrogen is through natural gas. So you somehow extract hydrogen from natural gas. But when you extract this hydrogen, you emit some greenhouse gases. Okay. The hydrogen that is extracted from natural gas, this is known as gray hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen might be non-polluting, but the process of taking hydrogen out is polluting. This is gray hydrogen. Then there is this blue hydrogen. Blue hydrogen and gray hydrogen are one and the same thing. Okay, under blue hydrogen, you extract hydrogen from natural gas, but the carbon dioxide that is emitted in this process is captured from the atmosphere and stored. So this is blue hydrogen. This is a better way. And then there is green hydrogen. Under green hydrogen, what you do is, there is water. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. You separate hydrogen from oxygen in water, okay, through the process called electrolysis. Okay, Now for electrolysis, you need electricity. That electricity is coming from renewable sources like solar and wind. So this entire process of producing hydrogen doesn't emit any gas, greenhouse gas. This is called green hydrogen. Okay. So we are basically trying to produce not gray hydrogen, not blue hydrogen, green hydrogen. Okay. Which is produced through electrolysis of water. Clear? Okay. Now let's move on to second news item, which is NAVRATNA status for IRCTC. So public sector undertakings, Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation and Indian Railway Finance Corporation backed the NAVRATNA status from government on March 3. Okay. IRCTC is a Ministry of Railways company and its annual turnover has been this much and profits and net worth has been this much. Same is the case with IRFC. It is again Ministry of Railways company. Its annual turnover is this much and net worth is this much. Now you need to understand that government companies are called PSUs. Okay, public sector undertakings. So government has their own commercial companies. Now there are two types of government companies. Okay, one are called CPSEs, Central Public Sector Enterprises. These are owned by central government. And then state governments have their own companies. Those are called SPSEs, State Public Sector Enterprises. So both IRCTC and IRFC are CPSEs. Okay. Now the thing is that government wants these government wants that their companies should be run efficiently. Okay. But for the longest time, these companies are not being run efficiently. Okay. When they compete with private companies are more efficient than government companies. Government has realized that. Okay. And when government asked the leaders of their companies that why are you not being able to compete with private companies, they say that the reason why we are not efficient is because there is a lot of political interference. For every major decision, we have to take political approval. We have to take approval from bureaucrats, okay, ministers and whatnot. This reduces our efficiency. For people, they don't have to take any government approval. But for us, for every for every decision, commercial decision also, we have to take your approval. There is a lot of political interference, and that is the reason why we are not that efficient. So government came out with a strategy. Government said that some companies, some government companies who are doing well commercially, who have significant presence, and who have been performing well, we will give them mini Ratna status. If government company is doing well, we will give you mini Ratna status. If you get mini Ratna status, you will get some independence from political interference. Okay. Now, if you have been a mini Ratna company and you have grown, you have become a bigger company. After becoming a mini Ratna company, you have stayed efficient and you have performed well. Then we will upgrade you to Navratna status. Then you will get more independence. And big PSUs who are of Navratna category, if they continue to perform well, they will be upgraded to Maharatna status. There they will get even more independence for commercial decisions, financial decisions, administrative decisions. So once you get Maharatna status, you are almost independent from political interference and you will perform even better. So this is the thing. Okay. Now, IRCTC and IRFC were mini Ratna companies and they have been recently upgraded to Navratna companies. That means they will get more independence. Right? Now, what sort of independence? Well, they will get operational and financial freedom. They can invest up to 1,000 crores or 15% of their net worth on a single project without taking any political approval. Generally, all these companies, before investing, they need to take government approval. Okay. But if you are Navratna, you can invest up to 1,000 crores or 15% of your net worth without any approval from the government. So no political interference. Okay. And if you graduate to Maharatna status, you can make even bigger investments without government approval. Plus, there are many other advantages also, many other freedoms also that are given to Navratna. Now, to qualify as Navratna status, a CPSC must already hold Mini Ratna Category 1 status. It should be listed under Schedule A of Central PSUs. And government basically evaluates these companies. Okay, government checks for various indicators like net profit, net turnover, efficiency, and all that. And government gives these companies a score. So if your Mini Ratna company has achieved a score of 60 or above, then you are qualified to get this status. Okay, this is Navratna, and IRCTC would be very happy to get this status because that means more independence. Now, as far as Maharatna are concerned, well, CPSCs that have Navratna status and meet certain other criteria are eligible for Maharatna. Okay. Now, what is that criteria? Annual turnover should be more than 25,000 crore, net worth should be more than 15,000 crores, and net profit should be before taxes should be more than 5,000 crores. Plus, you must have a significant global presence. You must not be only confined to domestic regions. You must have branches in other countries as well. Then you will get Maharatna status. For example, ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, has this status. Okay. And as far as Mini Ratna is concerned, well, there is this information. Okay. So, what are Mini Ratna companies? You can look for this in your notes. Clear? This is the information. All right. Now, let's move forward to critical minerals in Zambia. So on February 27, the government announced securing of 9,000 square kilometer block to explore copper and cobalt in region in Zambia known for high grade deposits. Okay. The thing is that copper, okay, but cobalt is a critical mineral. Okay. Plus, both copper and cobalt are used in electric vehicle batteries, okay, and many other clean energy technologies. So if India really wants to transition to clean energy, if India really wants electric vehicles, okay, India needs these minerals. Now, India has figured out that within India, you won't be able to find these minerals in large quantities. Therefore, you need to look elsewhere. And Africa is pretty rich in minerals. Therefore, recently, Government of India has secured a block of land where Government of India can explore copper and cobalt. Okay. With the production in domestic mines faltering, the project is a crucial step for India to establish overseas mining operations. Plus, there is one more thing. Do you know there has been a survey? It is said that world is quickly transitioning towards clean technologies, right? Now, if the world is transitioning towards clean technologies, well, demand for these minerals used in clean technologies is going to increase. Yes. Now, the thing is, experts have said that by 2035, there won't be enough minerals in mines all over the world to meet this demand. There will be shortage of these minerals. So, therefore, India needs to quickly secure these reserves. Plus, already China is way ahead in securing these mineral reserves all over the world. China has many mines in Africa, South America, Latin America. Okay, so already China has taken a leap forward. So we need to quickly do this. Otherwise, by 2035, there will be shortage of these minerals. Plus, China would have access to most of them. Clear? That is why we are quickly exploring other countries. Now, this entire project in Zambia would be taken over by Geological Survey of India. They would explore copper and cobalt reserves. Okay. Now, about Zambia, because Zambia is mentioned, so you need to have some information about Zambia. Okay. So it is a landlocked country in southern Africa, as you can see over here, and it is bordered by Democratic Republic of Congo, Angola, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi. Okay. Now, Zambia is rich in copper, cobalt, nickel, and uranium. Plus, Zambia is the seventh largest copper producer globally. The largest one being Chile. Clear? Now, about Geological Survey of India. So, it was set up during British times in 1851 by Sir Thomas Oldham. Okay, primarily to look for coal for railways. But then Geological Survey of India expanded its operations, and from coal, it started looking for other minerals as well. Okay, its headquarters are in Kolkata with 6 regional offices. Nodal ministry is Ministry of Mines. Clear? Now let's move on to Dolphin Survey and Project Dolphin. Okay, now basically there are two types of dolphins. One is seawater dolphins, which are found in oceans. Then there are freshwater dolphins. Okay, freshwater dolphins are found in rivers. Now, India has two species of freshwater dolphins. Gangetic dolphins, which are found in Ganga and its tributaries, and Indus water dolphins, okay, which are found in Indus River and its tributaries. Now, some Indus River tributaries pass through India also, though Indus River basically passes through Pakistan mostly. But there are some rivers like Satluj, Ravi, Beas, okay, which pass through India as well, and we find Indus water dolphins in Punjab, basically these areas, Beas River. Okay, now dolphins, both Gangetic and Indus, are endangered species as per IUCN. Okay, so we need to take care of them. We need to work hard as far as conservation of these species are concerned. Okay, therefore, before conserving them, we need to know how many of them are there. So therefore, government launched Project Dolphin to protect these dolphins. And under Project Dolphin, we launched Dolphin Survey. So the first ever comprehensive survey of river dolphins has revealed the population estimate of 6,327 dolphins, mainly in Ganga, Brahmaputra and Indus River basins. Okay. The survey conducted under Project Dolphin was launched in 2020. Okay, Project Dolphin was launched in 2020, and this survey basically surveyed 28 rivers across 8 states of the country. Clear? Now about Project Dolphin, so it is a conservation project of Government of India. Okay, it is a 10-year long initiative launched in 2020, 15th August, Independence Day, by Prime Minister. The nodal ministry of it for this project is Ministry of Environment. Okay. Now about dolphins. So I've told you we have two freshwater dolphins, Gangetic and Indus. Now both dolphins are endangered and listed under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act. Okay. Plus, do you know what? Dolphins are also known as umbrella species. Okay, for in our ecosystem, in India's ecosystem. Why? What is an umbrella species? Okay, umbrella species is a species whose protection helps safeguard other species. So when we protect dolphins, many other animals, organisms that depend on this dolphin also get protected. So by protecting dolphins alone, you protect all the other species as well. That is why they are called umbrella species. Okay. They're also known as indicator species. What do we mean by indicator species? By looking at their health, we can find out about the health of the entire ecosystem. So if Ganga River is getting polluted, then the number of Gangetic dolphins would decline. So if we want to know the health of Ganga River ecosystem, then we just need to look at the numbers of Gangetic dolphins. Gangetic dolphin numbers act as indicators for Gangetic river system health. Clear? That is why it is also called indicator species. By the way, the majority of dolphins are in UP, then Bihar, then West Bengal. Okay. And now we move on to our last news item, that is Electoral Roll Management System, ERONET. Okay. So West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is now the latest opposition leader to raise concerns over purity of electoral roll. Trinamool Congress chief last week flagged several electors with the same electoral photo identity card epic number. You see, thing is, we as voters are given these voter ID cards. On these voter ID cards, there is a alphanumeric number. Okay, that alphanumeric number is unique to us. Every voter gets one alphanumeric number, which is also known as epic number. Okay, this basically verifies your unique identity. Earlier, what used to happen was because to basically ensure the sanctity of the electoral process, to prevent one voter from voting multiple times in the same election. Okay, one voter can vote in different booths. That would basically erode the sanctity of election process. Therefore, every voter needs to carry a voter ID card, and every voter ID card will have this epic number. Now, what Mamata Banerjee is alleging is that many people have the same epic number. It was found in West Bengal. So she is making an allegation that BJP government is working with Election Commission of India, and they are somehow basically uh, tinkering with the electoral process, because many people have been allocated the same epic number. Many people have shown that. So there is some problems. Okay. Now, what is important for us is, what is this epic number? So EPIC stands for Electors Photo Identification Card, and EPIC number is the voter ID card number issued by Election Commission of India. It is a unique alphanumeric number assigned to each registered elector so that no one can impersonate another. It was introduced in 1993. Okay. Now, what is ERONET? Okay, this is important. So it is a web-based platform designed by Election Commission of India to streamline voter registration. Now, if you want a voter ID card and EPIC number, you just have to go online. You need to register as a voter. And once you're registered, Election Commission would put your name and your number in the electoral rolls of your area so that you can vote in your area. Now, if you have migrated from one place to another, then you just have to update your address on this ERONET, and you will be shifted from this electoral roll to your new area's electoral rolls. So all of this is taken care of online. This improves efficiency, transparency, accountability, and whatnot. So it provides a centralized database of elector management across all states and UTs. But basically, Mamata Banerjee is saying that there are some problems with ERONET also. Otherwise, why would many people would have the same epic number? Okay, so this is the thing. And with that, we conclude today's current affairs lecture. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But please do not forget, it will add more value if you'll revise it. So please do not forget to revise it. Okay, notes are on our Telegram platform. On that note, I'll be signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.